Hi again. So hi today. Welcome to the Architectonic Cities of Imagination Jam short sessions. Here I've got some drawings I did from Draw Everyday work. Many of you know that I do a drawing every day. These are some abstract type ones that I drew with kind of ideas about textiles and things like that. So I do something called the 3Z universe that many of you know. It's 3zuni.com, and in 3zuni.com it's a futuristic world in the near future. You can go to www.3zuni.com to find out more. And today I'm going to do some random block patterns. As you can see, I'll make that window bigger, and today I'm using an older version of 3ds Max. I'm kind of using Blender quite a lot at the moment, but 3ds Max I still use it. I find it easier to do stuff from top views. Looking at these patterns here, I want to start off making it more geometrical and angular, and then see where I want to go from there. I'm going to show you the start. I'm not going to show you the whole process, but when I'm making abstract map architectonic pattern shapes, then what I do is I push things around, and then, as I was saying in the last few architectonic jam sessions, then I was saying that it's kind of like a balance. You have to train your eye a bit. Somebody that only wants to make abstract shapes, then they don't have a sense of the form and proportion. It doesn't look quite right. Even when you see something like a Jackson Pollock, it looks right, and we see like a Jackson Pollock, kind of somebody that's imitating that. It doesn't have the same rhythm or structure to it. So if you don't know, abstract art is not just random, you should look into it more, because it's kind of a naive thing that people think that abstract art is just not thinking, and the opposite actually. It's very deep thinking. Excuse me. It's a lovely day out today, but I think it's clouding over, so I need to go out for a walk or something. As you can see, so this is like the process I use. It's just a way of pushing the shapes around and seeing where I'm going to go, travel with it. I don't have a particular set out design, but as you can see, you could do this in any program, any 3D program quite easily, be it Blender, 3ds Max, or tinkercad.com, the online CAD's program by Autodesk. That's quite a good one. You'd have to make the shapes in a bit of a different way, but it's still really good. So this could go on for a long time. And what I'm doing with these shapes is I've got access to a digital sewing machine. It's called a Janome. I think it's a 350E, and what I want to do is to get a really nice pattern like this and get it embroidered. It's a digital embroidering machine, and it would be really good to get a pattern like this onto some textile, because the textile gives a really different feel to 3D graphics or drawing even. I mean, for example, this one here, this drawing here, I got that into the Janome software. It's quite hard to set the sewing machine up, so I'm going to look into that more next week. But these abstract shapes, the software simulates what the stitching will look like, and I'm looking forward to getting that done. So imagine on a white background with a sort of dark threads, or black, it would look quite striking, and that's what I'm aiming to do with sort of developing this kind of pattern. And also, as well as this pattern in the final design, perhaps I'll put I want to put fluid lines. The fluid lines could be going in the spaces, so the spaces could be the streets, as it were, showing movement of people and cars, when it's all time lapsed. Might be a cool little textile project to do. And like anything with maker projects or Fab Labs and maker spaces, once you've got the design, it's relatively easy to get it onto the tool you want. And if you're doing 2D work, it means you can kind of I was going to say spam it. You can multitask with it, and as well as the sewing machine for 2D work, you can use the laser cutter, and you can also use the vinyl cutter as well for t-shirts or stickers. And another thing is that you could, same with making 3D, you can make 3D with the 3D printer, but you can also use the laser cutter as well by layering things up. If you'd like to know more about the Maker stuff, I can get into that as well. Just give us a request. So yes, as you can see, it's like, it's quite blocky. What I'd do here is, this is a bit too uniform, and if you push this way, then it gives a bit more interest than having that straight. So always keep in mind about that. And if it's a 2D view, then keep it, you can keep it 2D. If you're going to go to 3D, let's have a look. 3D's like that. Really cool thing you can do now, which if I have got time to experiment, is that you can 3D print on gauze textile. So that this could be the textile, and these could be the little 3D prints that you print. Basically, you make a print and then you stop, then you put the textile over, I think, then you print again, and they kind of like get fused into the textile. Really interesting design. So that's something I could look into as well, along with the embroidery. So what I'm going to probably do is pick up this thing later, and then expand on this kind of city design using very manual, point and click and drag. You can also use city sort of creator software, but I like the control that I have, basically using just the control with this particular piece of work, and using the vertices in whatever program I'm using, and moving them around. That's it. So the sun's come out, so I'm going to probably try and go out today, because I feel really guilty if I don't go out for a walk in this nice weather and get some sun vitamins. Is it vitamin D? That's right. Okay, so thanks very much, and if you've got any questions or comments, let me know. If you've got any requests for these Architectonic jams, as I say, I'm just limiting them to about 7 minutes now. If I go over that, you don't really need that information. It's all about aesthetics, principles, using 3D, etc., etc. And it could even bring in some maker technology stuff as well, like 3D printing and laser cutting. So give us a request, let us know, say hi. Thanks very much, and I'll speak to you next week. Have a good week, and hopefully it's going to be nice weather where you are. Bye bye.